Saturday afternoon TV sucks, so I'm going to play Kirby's Adventure, and you're all going to watch me. Yes, here's our little pink puffball named Kirby. Fun fact, this was actually the very first game that I ever emulated. Here we are on Level 1, Vegetable Valley. Level 1, Area 1, whatever you're gonna call it. I don't want you, Waddle Dee. Your power sucks. I don't want you either, Sparky. I don't think that's his actual name, but it could be. The creators of this game were not very creative. I'll take the firepower. The first couple levels of this are really quite simple, but later on it gets somewhat punishing if you don't just slow the hell down. And here we are, they already give us a maximum tomato, and we took maybe 2 bits of health off. And that's it, that's the first level. That's all you have to do. We're not even a minute into this. And already ahead a 1-up. All the way at the top. Yeah, this was the very first game that I ever emulated. As soon as I discovered the power of video game emulation, this is what helped me find it. I was just looking online to see if there was a way to find a way to play Kirby's Adventure. I remember renting this game from Blockbuster years ago when I was a kid. I want that power. And it was great. It was the first time that Kirby actually had his ability to steal other enemies' powers, and they went nuts with it. They gave him quite a few abilities in this, many of which made it into later games like Kirby Superstar. Why am I trying to attack him that way? Stop hitting me, Poppy Brothers. Throw your bomb already. One more, come on, give it to me. You know you want to. Throw it out already, you bastard. Stop jumping around and throw your bombs already. You look like a moron with that stupid hat. Sadly, one thing that is missing from this game, you don't get the bomb power-up after killing Poppy Brothers. Instead, you get the crash. Which is a good ability, but it really kind of fails because you use it once and it's over. The way Mike works way better than that because enemies die in one shot anyway with either of them, so what's the point? I guess Crash looks better. Stop missing, Kirby. Maximum tomato, because I needed one of those. But after I discovered Kirby's Adventure was emulatable, I moved right on to other games like Super Mario Bros. 2 and the old Legend of Zelda stuff. I went through a lot of games, and I didn't even have my own computer at that point. I was playing it on my mom's computer out in the living room. And once I finally discovered my own, I got my own computer from Gateway, and I just escaped. I had the first I downloaded a pack of RPGs from the Super NES. Had like 12, 20 different games in it. I know that's a really big span, but that's what it was like. There's all kinds of RPGs from the Super NES era. And that was the first time I actually played the American translated Japanese version of Final Fantasy IV. There are so many swears in that game. Why am I talking about Final Fantasy IV? I should be talking about Kirby. Well, everybody knows Kirby. His little pink puffball that's sort of designed to be an intro game. Let's see if I can get the... Ah, crap. I wanted to get the mix, but it gave me my spark back. Spark is so slow. Jump up and fly, Kirby. So what was I saying? Emulation! Yay! Eventually I did find a pack of every NES game, and that's how I discovered some of the worst NES games out there. Some of them were really quite insultingly bad. But then a couple of them were actually pretty damn good. In fact, when I first got my pack of NES games, I split them into folders of 1 through 5 stars. and I just started rating them as I played through them. There was quite a couple of 5 stars. I remember Rockin' Cats got up there, and Metal Storm. A couple of games that I'd never even heard of, never even dreamed of having. I ended up playing them, and I ended up loving them. Games that I would never have thought of getting back when I was a kid. In fact, when I was in middle school, one of my dreams was to just find a bunch of video games somewhere, just hundreds of video games, and be able to play through them, because I never really had much money as a kid. I kind of got maybe 1 or 2 games a year, and I played the hell out of them, which is why I kind of played a lot of RPGs, because I felt they gave you a lot more use out of your money. $40 to $60 for an 60-hour game is a lot better use of your money than spending it on some game that you can beat in like 2 or 3 hours. In fact, I wrote stories about me finding like every video game ever made, and I was having such fun with them. And then I discovered emulation, and I pretty much had that ability to have any game I wanted. In fact, it really kind of ended my dream of playing a lot of games that I never owned. Games that I really desperately wanted to get for the Super NES or NES, like the Metroid games I never got. I don't own any of the Metroid games other than Metroid 2. But I really wanted Metroid 1 for the NES, I wanted Super Metroid, and I played through them. We rented them from Blockbuster, and I played them at friends' houses, but we never owned them ourselves. But then I discovered emulation, and I got to play them as much as I wanted. And some say people say that it's illegal, which is technically true, I suppose. And here we are against Wispy Woods. Has Wispy Woods ever been dangerous? Has Wispy Woods ever been a challenge to anybody? I am beating this guy with one hand right now, and he's already dead. Has he ever been a challenge? I know he's the first boss, and he's supposed to kind of be easy, but that's just insulting. I took more damage getting to him than I did against him. And that's the end of level 1. I will see you in the next video. Hey, don't hit me on the head.